Okay, hey everybody. Hope you guys are having a great week. Happy daylight savings. I didn't actually change the clock until maybe an hour or two ago, so we did kind of panic just a bit. But today is daylight savings day, so if you haven't already, move your clocks forward one. My screen is frozen. Hold on.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna go to chat really quick before it gets way too deep. Gail Southern Living, hey, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming in. Liz and Peter, Bushcraft family, thank you guys so much for being here. We hope you guys are having a great week. Off-Grid World, hey, it's great to see you. Rebel Canners. For some reason, my chat keeps jumping back and forth, so I keep losing my spot, and then I forget where I am in my sentence. But it is great to see you all. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hey, Xander.
Hey, Robin Hood Homestead, good to see you. Happy Sunday.
Happy
Sunday.
day.
Happy day. Good day.
Karma, hey. I sent you an email. I want to know how your apron looks, if you got it. It said that it got there on my end, so you should have your apron. And I would be interested in seeing how that turned out. Troy Sutton, hope you're having a great week. Thank you so much for being here. Lorrie's World, so good to see you. Be Charming, great to see you. Hope you're having a great week. Sorry about that. Dee's Garden Adventures, Miss Deanna, thank you so much for being here. Not for Nothing Homestead, Lorrie, and Don Ray B, thank you guys so much for being here. It was great to see your videos this week. Bubble Bibble, so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. He's just comfortable. He's enjoying himself. Hello, Ruby Slippers.
I think that might be it.
Not for Nothing Homestead, thank you so much for being here. Hope you're having a great one. And that may be it. Yes, tonight we have a special guest. We had him up last year. We have Braden McDaniel tonight. He's a mycologist, and last year he talked about fertilizers and different mushrooms you can grow to supplement your soil and also to supplement your diet. So we're very looking forward to seeing what he has to say. Very looking forward.
Very looking forward.
I don't think that's how you say that. You got your seeds, yay! That's so good.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I saw your entry video came up too, so
yes,
it's good to have you in the collaboration.
Okay.
All right. That's everyone.
I did.
Welcome to the live stream.
Yeah, I need to pull up my website really quick.
Oh.
I did do an update to the sponsors page, and that was pretty much the only thing I did as far as the website goes this week. I got to remember how to share the screen. I can... Give me 2 seconds.
All right. I don't know what other news to give you guys, but the weather actually has cleared up completely. Today was really warm out, very sunny, not too muddy. It was pretty nice out today, and we were able to get some stuff done outside before we came back in to take care of stuff. And yeah, it's really nice out. Hoping it doesn't drop back into freezing, but you know, it's Michigan. You never know. Okay, here we go. So this is the sponsors page over on survivalseedscollab.com. If you haven't already, there's a ton of information on about the seeds and the collaboration on there. So check that out if you haven't. We have Emirla, and while I'm here, I'm just going to do these sponsor shout outs. Emirla is a really great company that does garden tools. They have a bench, and we are giving 2 of those away every month. So a huge thank you to Emirla. We really appreciate your support. And if you're interested, you have to be a collaborator, if I remember correctly. So if you have a video that makes you eligible for winning one of these garden benches, and if you don't, now's a great time to start. It is March. I think people are actually starting to plant up north now. So if you don't already have your entry video, we highly encourage you to do that if you're interested. We also have Freedom Reserve Cattle, who is giving away... a meat thermometer every month at the end of the month. I forgot who that goes to, but they're doing that monthly, and they are one of the grand prize sponsors. At the end, they are giving away some steaks and different cuts of beef. So go check out their website. They have a really good, a really cool looking website too. Rainbow Seeds, they have given away
several 3-packs of seeds that get given away every month. So a huge thank you to Rainbow Seeds. They have some really good germination rates. So if you're looking for a seed company, we definitely encourage that seed company. And if you're interested in getting in getting 10% off your entire order, use Survival10 at checkout. Vineyard Chick Studios, that's us.
Yeah, that's just us.
And XPest. I feel like I'm missing one. I'm just going to force refresh. There we go. We also have Gacker. Gacker is a new sponsor, and they are giving away a lighter at the end of every month. I was not able to find their website, so if you click on the image, it takes you to this Amazon page, which is the lighter that they're giving away. They have a very cool system in place for their lighter, so go check that out. And we also have XPest, which is a really good company for pest control. They have some really great products, and we are giving away a product from them every month. Also, a huge thank you to our membership sponsors, Vineyard Chicks, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, It All Adds Up, Lorrie, and Robin Hood Homestead. These are people who support the Survival Seeds collab on the $10 tier, which helps us fund more monthly giveaway items. And we really appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. And also a huge thank you to our individual sponsors, Ernie Hatmaker, It All Adds Up, Lorrie, and Lorrie's World. We got 2 Lorries that time. They give a monthly giveaway every month. Ernie Hatmaker does a $20 gift card. It All Adds Up does, I think it was a hydroponic tank and something else. I don't think that one's every month, but they're an individual sponsor, and we really appreciate their support. Thank you so much. And Miss Lorrie from Lorrie's World is interested in giving away I forget what it's called. I think it's a salve. But we will have her talk more about that once she gets on here. So a huge thank you to all of our individual sponsors. We really appreciate you. And if you're interested in sponsoring a giveaway, just let us know by emailing survivalseedscollab@gmail.com, and we will get that figured out with you. Heading back to chat for a second, and then I don't do it. Hey, Shiloh Acres, great to see you. Woman Off Grid with Dog, so glad you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Pat Evans, good to see you. No snow here, but rain. It was actually so nice out today.
Yes,
I think we were just talking about that. Demoose, thank you so much for being here. I think that's it.
I will be honest, I would rather be out in a blizzard than in rain. Rain is beautiful, and I love the way it sounds, but getting wet has never been something that appeals. This can be like anything, like getting on a pool, getting in the rain. No.
There's also some really great information about the sponsors down in over in the chat. The Survival Seeds 2025 t-shirt, the one that Trie designed, is being given away. Thanks to the Cool Beans members. On my end, the text is so small I can't see it at all.
I have no idea where your glasses are.
I don't know. But thank you to the Cool Beans members for sponsoring that. We also have the garden stakes, which are donated monthly by Lazy Days Ahead. Lynette Lawrence, hey, thank you so much for coming in.
Hi. I love waving. Look at my hand.
Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. The new hydroponic setup and are donated by Robin Hood Homestead. It All Adds Up, and they're I can't read. I'm so sorry.
And they're fabulous YouTube channels. And say hello.
Thank you. I promise I know how to read. I just can't see.
You got something in.
Okay. So I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up the co-hosts if they're ready. I got to figure out how to do that. I don't know what it is about my laptop, but everything is smaller this week.
Here, try. Man.
Hold on. Don't. There we go. I don't know why it looks like that. Sorry.
Zoom in.
Okay.
Hi. Hey, Joe, fix it for you.
Oh my gosh, it looks good. I like the green.
That does look good. Hey! Oh, that's awesome.
That looks so
guys.
cool.
Oh, I thought we were showing off our muscles. We were showing off our shirts. Sorry.
Oh, that's awesome.
The other logo on the
The
back.
one on the back, yeah.
Yeah, those look so good. Wow. This came out great.
Yeah, those look amazing. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and you can find them at survivalseedscollab.com.
All the way to the right.
All the way to the right.
I actually did get that fixed up, so now you can see the Critter Creek collection on the homepage. I don't know why it didn't when I started, but I did fix that up so you guys can see the designs that he has. If you're interested in getting those, they look super cool. They really look awesome. How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We have beautiful weather. No snow. Well, they had a little rain last night, but no snow.
Today it's only 57 out right now.
Yeah, yesterday was 80.
Yeah, we hit like a high 50 today.
Yeah, we're 57, so we get you beat.
Crazy.
But in Texas, so you know, it's always going to be a little bit hotter here than it is where you're at.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Well, tomorrow it's going back up to what, 65, 70, I think.
Oh gosh. Well,
Yeah.
I think
No, we're doing good. Oh,
My corn's growing.
Oh wow, awesome.
yeah.
That's good.
And
How
just
you
because we're in
doing,
Texas, and just because we're in Texas doesn't mean it's Mexicorn. It's just corn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like your sweet corn. And I actually got it from MB Heritage.
And we heard this farm since
Last year.
Mhm.
Awesome.
We're excited about seeing how that does.
On the corn, it'll be Mexican corn then.
We can't hear you, Charles.
Can't hear you, Charles.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Yeah.
We can. You're just really quiet.
Oh,
Really low.
here, let me check.
And that's normally not like you.
Xander, do you still have snow by you?
Yeah, he's in Nevada, right?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. The shy one is talking.
I thought he was talking about Mr.
Okay,
Jess.
is that better?
Yes, that's a lot better.
Okay.
Not better.
Better, yeah.
But you were saying something about the corn?
Oh yeah, just sprinkle some chili powder on it, and then it'll be Mexican corn.
Oh, or some tahini.
Oh, yeah.
Or some tahini. We got some Mexican sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for being here.
Hi.
Also, where is it? Xander said he'll share some snow with you.
Throw it at you.
You keep it.
We don't want.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
No.
high elevation. That makes sense.
Yeah. All
I
right.
don't even want to
Yeah,
look
he's
at
probably
it.
what 6,000 feet up in the air
Okay. Whoa.
or
Just
higher.
hovering there.
Hey, Bunky. Good to see you.
Good to see her.
Yeah.
She's waving.
Okay. Mr. Charles, how are you doing?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad.
Good to hear.
I'm not sure, but I haven't seen if we had any new entries.
I don't think we had any new
Herbs
entries this week.
For the herbs, we had 3. We
Entry
had
videos
one
this
for
week?
Lewis Acre Farm. We had one regular, and then one. She did a regular and a herb, and then we had 2 old farts.
Oh
fart.
yeah.
Peter.
2 old farts, Liz and Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen
And I'm
that.
not calling them. I'm not being disrespectful. That's their channel name, folks.
Her name.
Yeah.
Old farts, Liz and Peter. Now, and that's PHARTS.
Yeah. Yeah. I forgot
Lori's,
about that one.
Lori's World also has an entry. I
Yeah,
think.
she's talking about Liz and Peter.
That's
Oh, okay.
That's the Canada one.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Herbstell. Never mind.
I think aren't they like right down the street from Lorrie? These 2
Yeah,
old
she
farts?
commented on the video that they could just come over and go get their seeds.
But she actually, I think she put it in late at the end of the last week. I think, and that's why she knew that they were going to put one in, or she talked about late last week about these guys putting it in
Right.
because they're right down the street. Hey, come get your seeds. So Lorrie didn't even have to drive.
Yeah.
I like how they apologized. So sorry for calling you bush people. I said that's okay.
I get tickled at the ones that joined the collaboration and said, and this collaboration is sponsored by the Vineyard, the Vineyard Homestead. It's just
No, I love when people say that.
Yeah,
It's so
the
fun.
Vineyard.
Yep. The Yard of Vines.
I think it was Broke but Bountifully Blessed. I was emailing her back and forth this week. She's an awesome person. But she was like apologizing for in her entry video. She's like, I was trying to get some clarification because I couldn't figure out who runs the collaboration, because on the live it sounded like you guys did, but I thought for sure Bushcraft Family Farms did. And then a couple emails later, she's like, I'm so sorry for calling him Bushcraft Family Farms. I just realized it's not. It was fun.
Yeah.
Well, I do farm,
Mhm.
just little farms.
It counts. Miss Karma got her seeds. That is awesome.
Yes, she was able to get hers, and she did. Like I said, she did the 2 videos, which is I was so happy for her, because she's getting all into this farm or this growing gardening stuff.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, and she's home all day, so she takes care of the animals and takes care of the garden. So
Yeah, absolutely, Xander. We actually, every time we do a collaboration video, we have to like check again, because the name that we're going to say on the video is not even close.
Ever.
Like ever. Like even if we know the channel really well, we always say it wrong, and then we have to double check and dub over. Yeah, Carol's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up. Oh, so what?
I was just going to say, there's been quite a few good videos. Crystal's Pets and Plants. Do you happen to know where that channel is located?
No, it's not that one. It was
What did Crystal?
small. It was small.
Oh no, I'm
spaces.
not Crystal. Small. Oh, what was the name of it? Small something.
Small spaces and
Small. Yeah. Let me. I get it here. It's Small Space Gardening and Crafts. I cannot find out where it's from.
Oh, isn't small space gardening? Isn't that?
Her name is Sally, but Small
Oh,
Space Gardening.
yeah, I thought it. I'm checking right now. I think I do have her address.
Well, we were just trying to find out where she's at
What
in relation
state?
to which
cheerleader.
cheerleader.
She's in Minnesota. I think she lives close to It All Adds Up and Robin Hood.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
I don't know where that
Yeah,
is.
Bob's sister.
Yes.
Okay. So that's up there, up in line with you guys. So
Yep.
yeah.
And Not For Nothing says you guys are backwards.
It's breaking my brain.
Actually, you are. I didn't even notice that.
I did notice that. I wasn't going to say anything about it, though.
That's super cool. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the coordinators.
How are we backwards? How are y'all
We're in the wrong
backwards?
seat.
You guys are in the wrong seats.
Yeah, I think
No,
you got
y'all look like we're normal.
no. Your camera is backwards.
Your camera's backward. You don't have your mirror on. Turn your mirror on, and it'll be correct.
Because we're in the
Arc?
same seat. We always sit. Yeah.
Yeah. See, well, you're everything's like it's supposed to be.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand that at all.
The only one that's probably wrong is Charles. He's a little bit to the right instead of to the left.
Oh, I would show. Well, I can show you.
Yeah,
right here.
see?
Mine. I'm not backwards
Everybody else is sitting there.
because
We're in the normal spots.
Yeah,
We have not moved.
And I think your camera's.
I bet
Your camera's
Did
on.
you- we can't read your
thing on your
shirts.
camera.
Yeah, we can't read your shirts. And we are live on VC Family Homestead right now. I hope that helps. But hello, thank you so much for being here.
This is the new Survival Seeds version.
Backwards edition.
Yeah, backwards.
You do.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
On my phone, we're
I'm looking at it on YouTube, and everything looks straight up on YouTube.
So far, everybody in the chat has said that it's backwards for them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your mirroring is on or something. Or off. I don't know.
I have no idea how that works. It looks good though. Hello.
This
We're not
is
gonna
what it looks like
no.
if I do the mirror thing.
Yeah, turn your greens.
See how it's backwards?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the right way.
Right.
We can read mine.
Yeah,
Just
you
hit
can
your-
read yours fine.
Right next to the stop camera, hit the little arrow, and there's a slider
We
bar.
figured it out.
come in every week.
Yeah, because Jesse's usually on the left. Wow.
Yeah,
We're
he's usually
seeing
on the left for us.
Huh.
Also, I'm not sure, but there's
I
like
thought they changed seats until I seen their shirts.
4 consecutive comments where there's like nothing in it.
Let me
Should
look
say seeds.
No, see, it's backwards.
Looks fine.
Ah, okay. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, I was trying to bring up the coordinators before I got distracted. Sorry. Hello.
Hi. Hello, everybody. So glad to be here tonight.
Thank you guys so much for being here. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Let's see if I can.
Good to
This
hear.
is my last year's shirt.
Yeah.
She's got one too.
I've got 2024 too.
There you go. We're
Does it look-
matching.
Does it look straight now?
Yes.
There you
Yeah, you guys
go.
look right.
Yeah, you're right.
There you go.
And you look like you're in the right spot.
Really?
Yeah, because usually for us,
probably look
Mr.
backwards
Jesse's
to
on the
yourself
right and Mr. Jesse's on the left.
Somebody
You
in the
look
chat
backwards
said,
to yourself.
yeah, somebody said, "You're hurting my brain. You're not."
Yeah, that was Ginger.
Yeah. So just like they were saying, well, just like the girls were saying, they look like they're backwards, and now we look like we're backwards. But to you guys, as long as it's correct for you guys, it's all that matters.
Yeah, we
That's
just couldn't read your
right.
shirt, and we usually can read your shirt. I don't know what happened.
That's right. That's right. So, thank you for having us up tonight. I'm excited about our guest, and we had lots of really cool videos this
We
week.
did.
Absolutely.
So also thank you, Miss Ann, for getting us a new sponsor this past week. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's so awesome.
Oh, and thank you for the Amelia bench too.
It's a really cool lighter, and we'll show that more eventually. But it's sort of labeled a candle lighter, but it's more than a candle lighter. If you can see.
You use it for a
I'm gonna go
camouflage,
ahead and
too.
make you bigger
Oh, you're gonna make me big?
if I can figure it out. Yeah.
You don't have to, honey. Oh, my dogs.
No. There we go.
No,
My dogs are going crazy. So this is the Gaker. It's labeled a candle lighter, but it's electric, and you can. Yeah, see, I can get you.
No.
Woo.
Miss Ann, is that little
These
extension? Is it bendable? Is it bendable or is it straight?
It's not.
It's not bendable.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's not a bendable one, but
Okay.
it comes with a little lanyard that you can, hook it on your wrist, and it's a charger, which you can charge it up. I thought, my goodness, what am I going to do if my electricity goes out and I have an electric lighter? Well, you can charge it up in your phone, in your car, or
Okay.
in your battery packs or any of those things. So that's a good deal. And they're wonderful, and they're going to give one away every month all the way up until October. So they're wind resistant, premium design, 12-month warranty, leading plasma technology, energy green for the earth. And that's Gaker.
Have you used it as a cattle prod on anybody yet?
Not yet.
It looks like a taser.
I haven't
Yeah,
heard,
why do you do that?
I
I
haven't
keep
heard
one
my
here on my
husband.
desk. I keep one here on my desk because that's the only way I can get Lisa motivated. Get to work, girl.
I haven't zapped the dogs or the husband yet, so that's pretty good. Anyway, so Lorrie I'm sorry, I'm just jumping right into the channels since we have a guest tonight.
Well, I went first last week, so why don't you go first this week?
Before you do, thank you so much to everybody in chat who's dealing with trolls. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much.
Fabulous job killing those
Yay.
trolls.
Come on, go. Whoop, whoop. Well, we had a lot this week, which was great. It's been fun every week. And Deanna, you get a shout out. Dee's Garden Adventures. She tried to get a video out this week, and somehow or another her fingers hit it to go out today. But and what we do is we go from Sunday to Saturday in what we do as far as our shout outs. So VC Family Homestead, of course, did a live last Sunday. So that was fun to be able to watch. That gives them a little bit of credit. And then hanging out in Angel's garden. She's such a hoot, y'all. She lives in California. I just love her energy and all her kitty cats. She has Bobo and all kinds of things. She gave us a garden update, but she's a prime example of someone that gardens in a tiny place. She gardens in pots, and she has a little bitty patio that is fenced off, like just a little cement patio, and that's where her garden is. And that woman grows some food. She really does. She suggested that we go to Dollar Tree for all our decorations. So she said Dollar Tree is your friend. She has all these solar decorations all over her garden and an absolutely gorgeous nectarine tree. So you need to go check out Hanging Out in Angel's Garden. And then Dee's Garden Adventures did do a short checking on all those plants that are growing in leaps and bounds that I'm quite jealous over, my Miss Deanna. Quite jealous. Okay. Gail Southern Living put out a short. She also put out a long form video. Gail Southern Living is in Texas, and she showed her herbs and all the pots and things that she has. That girl's got some pots lined up and some raised beds. And
Yeah, she got some new raised beds.
Yeah, in her raised
New
beds.
one.
But behind her pots, what I thought was so interesting is she put some things that her plants can climb on behind, and she planted some companion plants to keep the bugs away and to potentially have some of her plants grow on. So I thought that was super
She needs
cool.
new fertilizer though, because
Huh?
she needs new fertilizer because them forks, they're
I
not
know.
growing very good.
Her forks aren't growing. I don't understand. Y'all need to go check out her fork garden.
Not at all.
She's growing forks. And they're just
Smart.
cute like big. She also uses a kiddie pool to plant in, which I think is so awesome. Hanging out in Angel's garden.
Thank you so much.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you
That's
for
so
that.
nice,
We
honey.
appreciate you. Thank you so much.
We
Someone
appreciate
also
you.
bought a hat.
Also, while you were shouting out Miss Angel, somebody bought the hat off of the Survival Seeds collab store. So thank you, Miss Carrie. We really appreciate it.
Yay! That's great. Well, Angel's a cutie patootie, and I just met her this collaboration, and she's just tickled. All right, so the Budget Preppers, they're in North Carolina. They're a fellow Carolina gal. Although I told Jesse, at least I thought they were about 6 or 7 hours from me. Natasha's about maybe 5 hours. So Natasha, from the Budget Preppers, you and I don't mind driving 2.5. If you'll drive 2.5, we can have a cup of coffee. That'd be all right. And she has all kinds of growing stations, shelves and shelves of plants and lights and things. She's gotten new seeds in. She's in a couple of collaborations, and she's planting her oregano seeds in her hydroponic system. She also has a little monkey that kind of talks in the background every now and again. And she's got it was very interesting and a lot of fun. Those were my updates in the southern region of Survival Seeds 2025.
Fabulous job.
So y'all check out some of those channels.
You on top, Jeff?
Well, should I go next?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go
sure.
for it.
In Canada, we had 3 this week. 3 videos. Super exciting. Lorrie from Off Grid World did an update on her herbs. And her hyssop is coming up beautifully. It looks wonderful, and I'm totally jealous. And her lemon balm also looks fantastic.
Cool,
I think that he had to replant her oregano, if I remember correctly.
I know.
So there's that. And then Krista at Almost Off Grid. Yay, and
Thank you,
Thank you
Anna.
so much.
at Almost Off
unimpressive.
Grid, Grandma got her seeds. And so she did a really nice seed haul video and really plugged the collaboration. It was fabulous to watch, and super happy that she finally got her seeds, because there was some mailing issues with that, but she's got them now and probably still in time to start.
Yay!
And then, yeah. So, and then the third one was Liz and Peter. They put in their entry video, and
Old
so I
farts,
think,
right?
yeah. So they talked about what they're planning for the garden, things they've done before in the garden, things they know. Peter's been gardening for a few years and keeps learning everything, and Liz holds the camera. So
That's
and,
awesome.
and does the video editing and stuff. She's the tech one.
How
Yeah,
fun.
and
what's
wonderful job with the video. There was 3 fantastic videos this week.
That's
That was
fabulous.
wonderful to see.
Oh yeah,
And what's the name of their channel again? I think it's so funny. Old farts something.
Old Farts, Liz and Peter.
Yay.
Easy. If somebody could drop their link, that'd be great, because I think they're at like 25 subscribers now or something like that. So it'd be great to get them a few more than that.
Oh, Canada.
I dropped her link. I do want to make a mention, and this is not a new one, but,
Yeah, I do hear you typing.
When you type your loud.
so Carrie over at what's her channel name? It's Woman Off Grid with Dog, right? I think that's what it is. Carrie.
Okay.
Well, she won a hydroponics system from us in
The first one.
the first one in January or February. January. And she showed it off in a video this couple of days ago, and she's already got plants growing in all her little hydroponic wells. Yeah, all the little wells all have plants already growing in them. So it goes to show, you can win some really good stuff here and even grow some good stuff. So she's doing the video showing really good progress with the hydroponic system. First time for her.
That's fantastic.
And she has outside.
Yeah. Yep, that's her. She says, "Woman off grid with dog."
That's her. That's right. Yeah, I don't remember. You see all these videos, all the names start running together. It's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Hi, Sandy. And so, Trie, you had quite a few
She
people.
does.
I did.
Region.
Quite a few, actually.
Bunky did.
Bunky was working outside today. So, no, this was
All her. All Trie.
I'll try.
Kayla helped. We had some stuff to do outside. So,
Yeah.
But Buggy was doing stuff outside all day. Well, not all day, but while we were working. I'm going to stop with that. We did get a lot of videos. We had a video from It All Adds Up, actually did a lot of videos, and she got her. So first of all, her plants look awesome. All her plants are doing really, really well. She's got a really tall pea plant that actually already has a blossom growing on it, which it is still inside. So you probably will have to cut that off just because it's still inside, but that is super cool, and your plant is doing really well. And her turtle was in her video again, and I'm never going to get over how cool it is that she has her own turtle. But she put up 4 videos, and she got these really cool signs. She has her very own survival seeds signs.
I love them.
Like street signs.
Survival Seeds 2025 and Survival Seeds Collab. So 2 different signs.
They look so
Who does that?
That is so cool. That is so cool. So definitely check out those videos if you haven't seen those, because that is a really cool sign. Crystal's Pets and Plants put up a video. Her cat.
It's a tortoise.
Oh, it's a tortoise. Yes, that's right. It is a tortoise. I remember that now.
You know the difference, right? The difference between a tortoise and a turtle? They're spelled differently.
So Pets and Plants. Her video opened with her cat, and her cat's name is Charlotte, and her cat is the fluffiest creature on the planet. Like, this is very off topic, but the cat was so fluffy. Just so you know. She's got the coolest little plant holders that she's using. They're growing. They're little cups that have their own humidity domes, which is so neat. And they look like little drinking cups, kind of. But they're very cool, and a lot of her plants are sprouting and doing really well. So definitely check those out, because it's a really cool cups and fluffy cat.
So Trey, a little something about those cups. I think the reason she joined this year's collaboration is because she wanted to go to Dairy Queen to get all the different ice creams with the cups on top, so she could have the cup. She had an angle. It was a reason she did that. She wanted to go to Dairy Queen every day to get a new cup, so she could grow something new.
I'm sure that was
We're on to you. Where's my camera?
Sure.
We're on to you. There it is.
Any port in a storm, any excuse. That's okay.
Exactly.
Did I already do it? No, I don't think I did. A woman off grid with dog put up a short. Her second week with the hydroponic garden update, and she's showing her whole hydroponic setup. She's got kale, lettuce, her peppers, tomato, her herbs are growing in there. She's got so many different things growing in there, and her setup looks so cool. So definitely check that out, especially if you're looking for like different hydroponic setup ideas. Definitely check that out. It's super cool. Don Ray B put up a short. She updated us on her onions, and they're looking great. She trimmed them to keep them from being too top heavy, which is actually something we need to do soon. So good job staying on top of that. And they're growing super well. So good job. Your onions look great. And she also put up what?
No, in the chat, Shiloh says, Jesse, you gave me an idea. Woo, we're going to Dairy Queen.
ice cream for everyone.
I get a new plant. Woo.
Hold on. Thank you so much for coming, Miss Sandy. We really appreciated you being here.
Hi, Sandy's company. And Don Raby also put up a long form video where she talked about her hyssop and how she's growing it. And the cups look very cool, even though there are some draining issues with them, but those do look really cool.
She got them up potted.
Yeah, she up potted them. And also, if anyone has any tips on how to keep worms off of cabbage, she would appreciate that. We had issues with worms on our cabbage, and so we moved them into our greenhouse, and that
Crumbled
kept.
eggshells.
Crumbled
Eggshells around the base of it because they crawl, right? And if they crawl over the eggs, or diatomaceous earth would also work. Just kind of make a circle around it, and that'll keep anything from crawling.
Oh, I
But
love
if it does crawl, it will crawl on and die. So
I love that.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Hey, Gillum Farms. And then Broke But Bountifully Blessed put up a long form video and is showing how she keeps her peat pellets moist and prepared her garden for the arrival of her seeds. I don't know if they've come yet. So if you're in there, I don't think I've seen you yet, but if you've come there, let us know if they've arrived yet. But it was a really cool video showing how she keeps the peat pellets wet and keeping them moist, because that is something that, tends to be a problem if they dry up too quickly. So that's awesome. And then Robin Hood, Homestead, I think he's in here. Yes.
Yeah.
Put up a short that winter is back, and they got much snow. So that is really, really sad, actually.
They do have a lot of snow.
Very sorry about that.
very sad.
And I think that was it.
So do we know if there's anybody out there that has not received any seeds yet? In the chat?
I don't think any that have been sent.
Wait, like they made a video and they haven't gotten their seeds yet, or
Right. They've made a video. They made their entry video, but they haven't received their seeds yet. Is there anybody out there we know?
I know our last batch went out like last week, and somebody in chat has Karma. She was part of the last batch, and she just got her seeds.
Good.
Right.
So that batch should have gotten there already.
I haven't contacted her, but I don't know whether Deanna ever got hers from Dee's.
Hers
garden.
got so lost.
Okay.
I don't know if they ever got there.
All right.
Hey, Deborah, thank you so much for being here.
So I want to ask a question because we're on a different program. Obviously, I don't have the access that I had before. Serena Norell has a question, but I have a question as well. Talking about your onions you were talking about just now, Trey, how do you know when to stop trimming? Or what's the trigger to stop trimming them?
So the onions the issue with the onions is that they get top heavy and they fall over because
Right.
they're small and they're too weak. If you're really
you're
tall, then you can relate to this issue. So I think
But that's why we're asking you.
I know you don't get it. But I think the main thing with knowing is when they're able to hold themselves upright, then they don't really need to be trimmed anymore.
And especially if you're transplanting them outside, it's normal for them to be a little droopy because as they get stronger and as they grow, they become more able to hold themselves up.
Right.
But if you're going to keep them in a small area for an extended amount of time, like having them in small pots before you transplant them outside, it's good to keep them trimmed just so that for your convenience, but also just for that, like they aren't totally knocked over all the time. Because you want them to stay small in a small potted container.
Yeah.
It's a green screen.
Yeah, it's green. So, but they don't need to be supported then, right? Even after you transplant, they don't need to be supported because they're going to be naturally wilting, right?
Yeah, you don't need to support onions.
Yeah.
There.
Well, a good way to
Ta-da.
make
Yeah,
them
we need to-
stronger is run a fan in your growing area. Have a little fan blowing on them because that action of
Of the
fan
wind.
hitting them will strengthen the stems up.
Okay.
Right.
And
Yeah,
also,
that looks like Cousin It.
a broke but bountifully blessed. I keep wanting to say beautifully. Had a great idea, and some of her plants as they're growing up to keep them stronger. She stuck them in little pool noodles. Just had little pool noodles as they were coming up. They came up, and so they had support around them. Not that you would want to do that for every single onion, but maybe some of your tomatoes or peppers or something like that.
And I would suggest something real quick. Go into customize and change it for subscriber mode for 15 or 20 minutes. It'll get rid of the pest out there.
The pest. Yeah.
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 We need to X-pest them.
There you go.
Yeah, we could put.
Yeah, thank you again to the people in the chat. I think it's mostly Xander and Bunky, but thank you all for, playing whack-a-mole. We really appreciate you.
Let's walk a troll.
Yeah.
There we go.
But thank you. We really appreciate you guys. But yeah, as far as Miss Serena's question, also Serena, check your email. I did email you.
And with
I can't find it.
pH, you have to know if it's low or is it high. If you're trying to get it low, that's harder. If you're trying to get it higher, you want to do it in stages, but you can use lime to raise your pH level.
Right.
But if you go too over, it's real hard to get it back down.
Right.
And the guest tonight would probably know a lot more about that.
Yes. And speaking of guests, we do have Braden in the basement. So whenever you guys are ready, I can bring him up. But also, just as a note to chat, I cannot star messages and leave them for later anymore. So if you have a chat, just drop them. Or if you have a question, I'm so sorry, drop them in the chat and I will try to get to them as soon as possible. But if I miss it, just feel free to put it in again.
What also helps is if you capitalize it or put a question mark before the comment or a question mark after the comment, so we can know it's a question and you're not just chatting.
So Don Ray B just had a question.
Yeah, Don Ray B.
All caps help too.
Her pumpkins are growing.
Question: my pumpkin starts are growing blossoms. I won't plant them outside for another month. I would get rid of them.
Probably pinch those off. Yeah.
Pinch them off.
That way they can focus on growing as plants instead of reproducing.
Yeah.
I
think the way I like.
That's
Good.
so hard to do, to pinch
I'm
off.
telling you, it is.
I know, it's so sad.
You got it before and then you got to pinch it off. Oh no.
It's
Yeah, but I think it's a necessary thing to do because, like, just like when we were little and we were like helping plant grapevines, there's like this thing that you do that we told Miss Lorrie about where you have to trim them almost completely back for 3 years. And this is because you want the root system to be growing, because they can only do one thing at a time. They can either survive or they can thrive. And if they're trying to survive, then they're trying to reproduce and they're trying to get those grapes because those grapes are their seeds and they want to make more plants. But if you want your plant, and this pretty much goes with any plant, if you want your plant to thrive, you need to make sure it's not trying to produce fruit because it can only do one or the other. And since your pumpkins are still very small, you still want to like get that root system going, get that plant going. And especially that it's not like final location either, like just for convenience too.
Right.
Yeah,
I
it happens
feel like
a lot of times with peppers.
yeah,
You'll get that flower right off the bat, and
Yeah.
instead of getting that early bell pepper or jalapeno, you can actually get a whole bunch of them just by taking that little flower off.
yeah.
That's great advice, Kayla.
Thank you.
7 o'clock.
Yep.
It is. I know it happens every time. All right, I think that was all the questions we had. But yeah, just if you want to put them in caps, that would be great. Just so that I can see them, because I'm currently the only. I feel like I emailed the admin access to Mr. Jesse again, but it didn't work. So we still have to get that figured out. So at the moment, I'm the only one who can highlight chat, and I miss things really easy, guys. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the other program was really easy to start, but I can't figure
Right.
out how to do it. So,
Yeah.
but no biggie.
We'll
no
have
biggie.
to take some time and try to figure that out one of these days. Question: do you have a preferred way to support squash? I really can't read today. A preferred way to support squash vines that produce up to 8 25-pound candy roaster squash.
Oh,
I would just leave it on the ground.
for big squash, we usually leave them on the ground or in beds or something and just let them crawl their ways out. For like smaller watermelon, we have them climb up and then support them with nets. I found those are pretty easy because then they're up high and you don't have to like bend down to get them. But like for larger ones, it's
Best way is to go to Grandma's bureau and get you a old painting hose.
Yeah.
Tie them up.
I've done that
Just don't
with
let Grandma
squash
know
as
you
well.
stole her pantyhose.
Now, the large ones, of course, 25 pounds, you're hardly going to be able to build a sling. But for our acorn squash or spaghetti squash that got huge, I would get, actually, I had old Ace bandages that I would get and put underneath the squash and just tie it on both sides on the fence, just to give it a little support so it doesn't fall off of the vine.
That's awesome.
you've been eating Lori's grapes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I gave them some of the jam I made too, I think.
Oh, cool.
Yummy.
It is going well for you. Yeah, I actually have the tissue too, because I trim the tomatoes, but I'm very attached to like the volunteer plants because they're totally separate. And then I want to keep them, and then we end up with too many tomatoes. But
There's no such thing as too many tomatoes. If we can't eat them daily, well.
but I'm going to go ahead and bring up our guest if everybody's ready.
Yay, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Give me 2 seconds.
He's got. Yeah, stop.
There we go.
Him in the basement.
Oh, how you doing?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Hi.
Yeah. You want to put him center stage?
What does that mean?
Big.
Put him up on top.
That wasn't it. I'm so sorry. I will get a hang of it eventually. I'm so
There
sorry.
you go. There you go.
Oh, now that little one wasn't here last year when you were here.
There you go.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yes, congratulations.
Well, we know you ain't been working in your garden.
I don't think we can hear him.
I don't think we can hear you.
Nope, we can't.
He can hear us, but we can't hear him.
Can you try now?
Okay, no,
I
not
still
yet.
can't hear you.
Let's see. Do you have a volume control here?
I just checked it twice. It's okay on my end.
Well, we want to hear the baby cooing.
Yeah, she yawned.
Yeah, we don't want to hear what Braden has to say. We just want to hear the baby.
You just need some sounds, Missy.
No.
No, not those ones. No.
Or you want more like cuckoo cat,
Yeah. The happy noises.
da 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 da. Dada,
Yeah, not you.
mama, mama. Dada, you want me to fix it for you, Dada? Let me have it.
He's working
Alexander
on
doesn't.
Oh, we still can't hear you.
Yeah, no, we have no audio as of yet.
Make sure your Bluetooth is, maybe it's not going to Bluetooth. Make sure it's not going to Bluetooth, like a headpiece.
You know, it's not a bad idea. Sometimes I have to go all the way out and come all the way back in, and then it works magically. I don't know. I'm a button pusher, so who knows? Oh,
I think he did try that.
okay, good.
I'm just see if we can get back to normal.
Yeah,
If it works for the button pushers,
What kind?
guilty,
it worked for him.
guilty. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Can you hear me now?
Go.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
I heard that.
I had to exit out. Last thing I heard was sometimes it helps if I go all the way out. And then I was like, yeah, let me exit.
Yeah, try that.
Cool.
Yeah, we can hear you now. You sound good.
Sweet. Well, this is my little farm buddy. This is Samantha.
She's so cute.
Hey.
Yeah, it's been a busy winter. No, not very much farming.
Yeah.
We can tell.
Well, she's adorable.
Thank you.
Aww.
Yeah.
So for everyone in chat, this is Braden. He joined us last year, and we had a really cool discussion about. Oh my goodness, I forgot. It's about mushrooms and seed supplement, or not seed, and soil supplementing. And it was a very cool discussion. So thank you so much for doing that with us. And congratulations, you had like a lot of stuff go on since we last talked to you.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, how much can go on in a year?
Right. So I don't have questions this year. I've been trying to get away from like stiff interview questions. But I did want to ask, last year, a lot of our viewers enjoyed the recipes you had for like some sort of fertilizer. Do you want to give a recap of that?
Yeah. So, I have on my Instagram, there's a video there. And you can, I'll go on and explain again too. I'll make another one. I'll kind of update it because there's like 2 more inputs that you can use. But basically there's starting from the top is fermented plant juice. I'll name them first and then I'll kind of go over. It's so simple, but it's fermented plant juice, fermented banana fruit juice, or any kind of fruit. Then there's water soluble calcium phosphate. There's lactobacilli, and then there's OHN, which is Oriental Herbal Nutrient, and then there's IMO, and that's indigenous microorganisms. So banana fermented fruit juice is, fermented plant juice. Up until it's fermented plant juice, fermented banana fruit juice. Those 2 use brown sugar, and you just ferment them. Then lactobacilli is just your rice washed water, and it's your and milk, 2% or whole, it doesn't matter. But and then eggshells and vinegar is for your calcium phosphate. And then collecting your indigenous microorganisms with half-cooked rice. I'll put links and stuff in my on my Instagram so that your viewers can also go refer back and watch those videos. There's videos of like different. Sorry, let me.
I've had enough of this.
Wait, little sound. Hey, baby girl. It's a hard time of day for little ones.
Yeah. Yeah, we were at the tattoo shop all day. We were tattooing some people, so
Aw.
she's a little tired.
I bet she.
But yeah, he has a very, very cool Instagram. It's over in the chat if you guys want to hit the direct link. He has some videos up from last year, and it talked about the fertilizers he was just talking about, and he has the recipe for some of those already up. And definitely go follow him. He's a very cool channel, and it's always cool to see what's going on. Real Life with Michelle and Rob. Hey, thank you so much for being here.
Oh, B says she can hold her if you want.
But yeah, for anyone interested, the link is in the comments.
Yeah, I've done the fermented plant juice and where you take the eggshells and you cook them in a skillet and then put in a jar and put the vinegar in there. That stuff. I've never had blossom end root or anything in any of my plants.
Sweet.
Using that. And the thing is, you just get barely a little bit of that eggshell and cook it up and make up that, and it just takes just a little bit in a gallon jug, and you can use it for a good long time, and it stores for a long time too.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 milliliters or 2 to 4 milliliters or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the aim is to team all of those inputs with that stuff, and you get like a foolproof system. The new one, and I still haven't made it yet because it takes vodka, and I'm a recovering alcoholic, so it's kind of. But you use it's angelica root, ginger, and cinnamon, and you hydrate them with beer, and then you take them out, and then you put them in vodka and make like a tincture for, I think it's like 2 weeks, and then you put them all together, and then it's a basically a plant medicine.
Cool.
But that's one of the new ones. Yeah, it's extensive.
I've never heard of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
soaking anything in beer and then making like a tincture and using that. That sounds amazing. And the alcohol doesn't bother the plants?
No, it's so the beer is to rehydrate, and I guess the yeast is beneficial.
Okay.
And then the vodka is sterile, so it when you're fermenting it in the vodka, it you mix it with brown sugar afterwards, so it kind of like ferments it farther. So
Gotcha.
brown sugar is really amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So the beer actually does opposite to what it does to a human.
Yeah.
Probably the hops.
Yeah, I would. I don't know. I'm just a farmer.
Yeah.
What do you, for their fermented plant juice? What do you usually use for the plant to do it?
So you can use. I mean, you can if you got a tomato patch, if you got like any kind of plant that you want to make better, use that plant. You can use the tips off that plant. If you top tomatoes, they just grow back fuller. So there's no. But I mean, you stay away from grasses because they're not really that water dense. But you can use first lane is a good weed to use. Here in Michigan, we have a lot of burdock, and burdock leaves are really good to use. But really, any kind of weed that's fast growing because it's high in nitrogen, and you go with the seasons. So, like in the summer, you would use something that's flowering, and use the flowers along with the plant. And then in the fall, so you go in succession.
Yeah.
But any kind of plant.
I use Joel weed because it's real. You get a lot of moisture out of it. And
that's
for the
stuff.
flowering, I use goldenrod.
Oh,
I know a
goldenrod.
field where I can get a lot of goldenrod, so that's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah,
We have,
that's
kitchen scraps and I don't do the fermenting thing, but we do put it in a 5-gallon bucket with water and a little bit of fish emulsion, and that's what we call our super juice. But it's totally different than what you're talking about. That sounds really cool to put
Yeah.
to ferment it.
Yeah. The other one was, you said fish emulsion. It's fish amino acids. So you take like a whole fish or a chopped up fish and just put them in brown sugar and ferment them.
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
Interesting.
Brown sugar, that's a new additive I'm going to try this year. That'll be fun.
Yeah. So a lot of people ask a lot if you can use molasses, but the brown sugar doesn't. It's an automation, osmotic pressure. So like it creates zero oxygen for any oxygen to get into what you're fermenting. So molasses, I'm not sure the science behind that, but Master Cho, he's Kyuhan Cho, he's the kind of founder of Korean natural farming. He's the one that says to use brown sugar, and he's really adamant about it. So I've never really used anything else.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Could you use honey as an alternative?
No, but I'm sure you could use honey though to supplement. Actually, you know what? That's a good question. The reason that they use brown sugar is because it's so cheap over in Korea, and it's cheaper. And I think honey over there too might be like a commodity like salt that's like really precious to them. But over here, I mean, shoot, if you got bees, I would say toss a little bit in your fermented plant juice. It can't hurt none. It's antibacterial.
That's right.
And then we did have a question from Almost Off Grid Grandma. Sugar and molasses make brown sugar. So could you make brown sugar on your own and then use that instead? She uses yeast fertilizer and was wondering if you have as well.
I've never used yeast fertilizer because with the mushroom growing, when I inoculate them outside, yeast and mycelium, they're not really friends. Especially on doing on agar. So I've never personally used yeast fertilizers, but I'm not opposed. I would definitely do a little test plot myself. But you could if you've got the resources to make your own brown sugar, you're pretty much ahead of the game there. That's I mean,
and it's not hard to make your own. I mean, it's just sugar and molasses that
You just have to have the right measurement. Yeah.
I would say if you made the molasses, yeah. But if you go to the store and get it, because you don't know what's in it.
yeah.
And at that point, it's just cheaper to get the brown sugar, I think.
Yeah. That's why I buy. I buy them in. I make a little like this at a time. Like what is it? A quart?
It's like a pint.
No, it looks like a pint.
Pint. I always forget quarts and
too many canners here.
I have the same issue.
It comes in pints. Yeah. I make pints at a time because you want to use it all. You don't want it to really sit up on your counter because if you're not using it, then you're not really seeing the benefits of it. So, but yeah, that's awesome. If you can make it, man, make it.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
It's new information for me. This is wonderful. I'm learning so much all the time.
That's good.
So the different kind of fertilizers that you're talking about, is there a reason there's so many, or do you just pick one that you like and use it for everything, or is it like more specialized to what you're trying to grow?
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 main ones, and so the fermented plant juice is wow. I gotta pull my notes out. It's been a long winter. Um, so the fermented plant juice is for nitrogen, and really you can tailor it to your plants that you want to grow. But fermented plant juice gives back the amino acids of that plant that like fertilizers from the store can't give it. It sucks up a lot of a lot of processed micronutrients and stuff, and like trace minerals. And so when you spray it back onto the plant, the stigmata kind of, I guess like the best way it's like to describe it is if like giving us medicine intravenously is like still the best way to give someone an IV. And so it's kind of like giving the plant back what it needs. But basically the fermented fruit juice is the potassium, plant juice is nitrogen. The lactobacilli are the rod-shaped microbiology that you have in your gut and your eyes and stuff. And those are your protectors. So they're basically protecting from anything that's like fungal or like disease-causing bacteria. And they feed on brown sugar too. They like carbohydrates a lot. So like that's why you do the brown sugar with them. And if you only spray lactobacilli, then they'll start attacking your plants because they want to be paid, you know?
Right.
So then the calcium phosphate is for calcium for building structure in your plants. And then the fish amino acids, those are amino acids for like, I guess that is like the building blocks of life. I mean, carbon is, but they're like the proteins. And so it's good to use them all together, and plus the OHN. If you have them all together in 1 gallon, then mix with the right ratios, like 1 to 1,000, or, you know, then you have this like force of like immunity that you can tailor to each plant. So it's kind of like I've never used any other kind of method of farming because it's really I have only seen good things come out of it, so I've never really
I've got a question for you. When we use what we call our super juice that's in a bucket of kitchen scraps and water and fish emulsion, we use it to water the plants. But I hear you say spraying the plants. You wouldn't water it, you would spray it on the plants?
So you can deep soil drench, you can with this stuff, but it's best to do it when the sun is just setting.
Yeah.
Because that's when the stigmata, the pores of the plant is open at the most, and it's open on the bottom of the plant the most. So spraying it, even waking up before the sun and spraying your plants. But the rule number 1 is rule 0, just start. It doesn't really matter.
Just get it on there somehow.
Yeah, just get it out there. But yeah, you can water drench it. It's just it's just more efficient if you spray the plant.
Yeah, I would think, because that's not a large amount, you know, so it would be better to spray it. And do you make sure that you spray underneath the leaves as well, because I
get the whole dang thing, but they say to spray underneath. But I mean, I don't think spray away. If you spray them, got them.
Yeah, I think mostly as far as like spraying liquids on plants, you can spray wherever you want if the sun is not going to be an issue. So like if it's sunset and it has time to evaporate and do its thing. But if it's like the middle of summer and you're going to hit a high of 90 degrees, you're going to end up burning your plants. I think that would be the only thing.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they say do it at dusk or before dawn.
Yeah. Yeah, because the underneath is so vulnerable. That's where all your bug friends and your diseases begin. It's underneath the leaves. So
I also
Well, that's a
sprayed
good
the
point you
soil,
bring
too.
up, Miss Ann. So this spray, let's just call it the spray, whichever one you use. Do they? Is there a negative side? Do they attract any type of pest as opposed to detract?
So the only time
Because
that they
you're talking about something sweet, right?
yeah. Yeah,
Do-
so the only time that you would get something attracted is when you're making it. Like for example, when you make your fish amino acids, when you make any of these inputs, you only like I say before is you fill 2/3 of it in a jar, and you leave the 1/3, and you cover it with a breathable lid, like paper towel, piece of paper, um, with the rubber band, so it's never open. But with the fish emulsion, I mean the fish amino acids, if you're gonna make it, some people make it in a ice chest, but they'll put like a silicone seal or like they'll do it in I do mine in a 5-gallon bucket or even in a glass jar, but you want to keep that somewhere like where there's not any critters, because I've had maggots, like I ruined a batch because I forgot and I had like flies and maggots get in there. And that the fish amino acids is not supposed to stink, and so like if it's hitting too much air or something gets in there, it's a carnival of a time cleaning that stuff up.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah.
There's a lot of questions about
Yeah.
explain what fermented and how you go about plant use.
So I see like one is how long do you ferment the brown sugar?
Yeah.
So you want to ferment the plant. So start with the fermented plant juice. That's the most basic one, and you can't go wrong with it. So you take your plants and chop them up, 2/3 of the jar, and you put brown sugar on the bottom, plant material, and then brown sugar, plant, brown sugar, and you cap it, and you let it sit for at least 5 days. But you'll notice immediately, like it'll start to ferment, like it'll start to juice up, and you want to let it chill for at least 5 days. That's the cap. For you strain it off, and like you can save that plant material and that brown sugar, and you can make brown rice vinegar or like fermented fruit vinegar. I've tried to make fruit vinegar out of the leftovers, but it's never worked for me. It always ends up nasty. But that's basically like the easiest one to make right there. But yeah, to answer your question, you leave it for like 5 days.
We got another one. Wouldn't insects be attracted to the smell of sugar on the foliage? And I think you did address that a little bit already.
So yeah, it's diluted too much for them to even smell it.
Wow.
The dilutions are pretty high.
Oh yeah, like very little for a whole gallon.
Yeah.
Hey, Hamilton Homestead, thank you so much for being here.
And so what you're saying, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, I think Real Life with Michelle and Rob came in too. So, hi. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody. So what you're saying is when you have this fermented stuff that you've done, you use like how much in a 5-gallon bucket of water?
So for fermented plant juice, I use, what is it? Lactobacilli for sure. It's 1 to 1,000, and I use 2 tablespoons. For fermented plant juice, I use for the vegetative part of spring, I use 4 milliliters to 8 milliliters, which is like really small. And then there's a chart. There's also a PDF called Korean Natural Farming PDF, and you can it's easy to find and it's free. You can download it. You can I like scrolling through and like just finding what part of it I need to make if I forget, and just screenshot it. But I mean, I'm talking like milliliters. I think
Little
if you're
bit,
gonna,
yeah.
yeah, there's a guy, Chris Trump, in Hawaii, and he does like his whole field, and he does like a massive sprayer. So he's making like gallons of this stuff. But I mean, for all homesteaders and stuff here, I'm talking like gallon.
Right. Right. Yeah. And see, a lot of people don't realize that or forget about that. Or even when I make super juice, we feel like we could just use it straight up. But if I have a jug of it and then add just a little bit, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it's better because I've burned some plant. I have killed some plants in the past by doing that. So
Yeah. And this stuff is so safe and diluted. You do it once a week. And I mean, my kids have been outside before while I was spraying it, and in the summer, and I've sprayed them down. I've sprayed it in my mouth, been thirsty, and sprayed it in my mouth. It's all microbes, and it's all really what our bodies want. So it's safe for the kids. That's why I use that, because I've always been around kids, and I've taught kids how to make it too in like little classroom settings. So it's
Cool.
like, it's so safe.
Yeah, Chris, the guy you were talking about, he was using banana flowers to make fermented plant juice. He forgot it and made wine.
Oh yeah.
And drank it. And he said that was the best wine he's ever had.
Yeah,
Oh my
I've
God.
I've done that too. I took, because I like swig it after. It's like a ritual. I like swig it, and then I'll like make this stuff because I want to get it in my body too. But before, I've done the same thing with fermented plant purslane, and I was like, whoa, and I'm sober, so I dumped it out because I was like, yeah, that's alcohol.
Yeah, I remember he also did one with jalapenos and
Yeah.
very cool stuff.
Well, what we're all striving for is to have less pesticides, herbicides, things like that. We want our crops to be healthy. We don't want to eat the junk that is on our foods now. And so to be able to have these alternatives is wonderful and something that I really want to utilize. So thank you for your input.
Yeah.
Not seeing any other questions. Hang on.
I think you already addressed this one.
That one.
My computer's being weird.
How's your mushrooms doing?
They're great. I just started up again. I switched jobs from the nursery I was at to this tattoo shop. I wanted to tattoo again, but I didn't have time. I actually just got an FFU HEPA filter flow hood, so contamination isn't a thing anymore with my mushrooms. I got my little lab set up, so I have some new cultures. I got lion's mane. I always have that one, but I got shiitake, maitake, all three. I have Michigan oyster, which is my new favorite.
Yum.
Yeah, I love that one. It's so nutty.
Being up that high, you must have ice hockey too.
Ice hockey?
Oh my goodness.
Well, he's got shiitake and maitake. He's got to have ice hockey. That's the reason.
I'm still looking for that one. I probably have to go to Canada up towards for that one.
We're almost there. You're in Michigan, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So somebody's asking, can you grow portobellos at home?
Absolutely. You have to. So those are dung loving ones. So like if you can find cow patties, horse, or chicken is all right. You could use chicken manure, but I am banned from ever doing that in the house again. Just dry. It's so
I wonder why.
I can still taste it on the palate, you know.
Oh, yuck.
Ooey.
But yeah, it's yeah, you can. But I always recommend venturing out, like find a grow kit from like northspore.com. Stay away from the portobellos. Those actually they have a lot of arsenic in them and not arsenic, carcinogens. And they have Kaido, I can't remember the name for it, but it's
Are you saying, Braden, are you saying all portobellos or just a certain type?
all portobellos, like the ones you buy from the store.
Right.
You can make rockets out of them, rocket fuel.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they've got they're pretty dangerous. Paul, for more information on it, you can look up Paul Stamets. Cytokines. Yeah. That's
gosh.
Christy Betts. Cytokines and but there's another chitin. It's like it's hard for our stomachs to digest. Even if you cook it down. I mean, you got to cook a portobello really good if you want to eat it. But that's why I recommend like honey caps. There's like shiitake is way better. And I mean, if you find one that's kind of big, you clone it. There's YouTube videos on how to clone it, or I can make a video on Instagram for anyone that wants to learn. But
Yeah.
I always recommend venturing out. It's got
yeah. All the times I ate portobello mushrooms instead of a big old juicy hamburger, I thought I was doing good for myself. So
yeah, I mean, they're not, you got to cook them. Like Dark Lord said, you got to nearly burn it to be able to eat it. So
yeah.
And yeah, morels, I'm going to be working on a culture for those, but those are mycorrhiza, so they like trees. They have this symbiotic relationship with trees. So they grow around maples and oaks here, but I got to find like a plot to kind of cultivate them and then put them in the ground. But morels, man, that's this spring. You better believe I'm going to be out there looking for some morels.
Yeah, those are awesome to find.
I've never found one or tasted one. I don't know.
Oh, they're good.
I've never eaten them either because I don't like mushrooms, but they are pretty common, I think, around Michigan.
You would probably
And
like
so
them. They're not like a mushroom.
And they're,
Oh.
they're very common.
They're like a mushroom. They're not a mushroom. They're a mushroom.
Oh yeah, old apple trees. Oh, I could probably go to Crane's Apples out here and probably look over there too.
Yeah.
KK's audio isn't there.
We're
having trouble right now because her iPad's almost out of charge. Laptop.
Well, that's okay.
Oh.
And so it looks like brains, the morel does, but very yummy.
Yeah.
Well, I've eaten things that look weird. That are supposedly edible.
I've eaten some things I still don't know what it was.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, you typing away there, kiddo. I need another lifetime to grow all I would like to grow. I'll be 68 on Wednesday. Happy early birthday, Christy Betts.
Happy
I think
birthday!
I found that Paul Stamets video you were talking about.
Yeah,
I'll put
he
it
was
in the
on.
chat.
Yeah, he was on. It's like Joe Rogan or something. He was
Yes.
on.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I'm very interested in learning to grow mushrooms, right? I've bought a couple of mushroom kits off of Amazon and grew some lion's mane, was so proud of myself. And I try because I am a senior and every day my brain is leaving me every day more and more and more. I was hoping to try to keep a few of those cells in the skull with some lion's mane. So when you grow your lion's mane, do you grow it like in a log, in a kit? What do you do?
So I actually have a block right here. I'll show you. I got. This is a block. I didn't have these last year to show.
Okay.
This one is still colonizing.
Whoa.
But I grow them in these 5-pound blocks, and I basically take a liquid culture of it. After I find that it's like I have a good culture, I clone it from like my competitors. I hope they never watch, but like Myco Files in Grand Rapids and like Pebble Creek Farms, like I'll grab some of their mushrooms from the store and then like I'll clone it and then I'll put it in here. And like this one is pink oyster, but after it's got going really good, I suck it up with a syringe and everything's sterile. And then I'll either make a bag and put all the substrate in there, and then I'll stick the bag and inoculate it. Or you work with like agar. If there's any, it's like a baking, like you make like gummies and stuff with it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or like gelin.
Mm-hmm. Like gelatin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I grow them on blocks. I grow a lot of my stuff in blocks just because I don't have the room yet for like growing shiitakes on logs and stuff. But
is that like peat moss blocks?
No, this is sawdust. So it's hardwood sawdust.
Okay.
You can buy the pellets for like your cooker, your smoker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you just hydrate it. It's hydrated. It's like I forget the ratio, but you boil the water and hydrate them, but then you got to sterilize them in a pressure cooker for like 2 hours.
Oh.
So it's easier if you're trying to grow mushrooms, just get a 5-gallon bucket and drill some like 1/2-inch holes in there and grab some straw and some hydrated lime and pasteurize them, and then take the straw out and get some grain spawn from like northspore.com and then just like inoculate it, like pour it on the day. I got videos too, but just inoculate it and then shove it in the bucket and wait for like 3 weeks, and then you'll start having mushrooms. That's like the simplest way that you can go about it. But
cool. So I'm taking all kinds of notes over here. So that's awesome.
I plan on doing a little tutorial soon on my Instagram live of from like start to finish of like culturing a mushroom, taking from spore print to like all the way to harvest.
Great. Very cool. We do have a couple of questions in chat. The Budget Preppers wants to know if you sell these blocks.
Yeah.
I know. Can anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Would you mind repeating?
I can hear you.
Can you repeat to him what we said?
Do you sell those blocks?
No, but I I have not there yet, but I mean, I can. Yeah, I mean, if somebody wants one, I can make them one. I'm not there yet. I do sell liquid cultures though. I have like I take these syringes and I have liquid culture. Right now I have pink oyster. I'll have shiitake. And I have lion's mane for sure. But I'm expanding. Like I just started back up recently, so I do have some though. I would keep meaning to give some to KK and them,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if any of you guys want some, I can get you guys some out there.
And where are you located? I mean, what state? You don't have to say.
Michigan.
I'm in Michigan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I'm in Saugatuck. I don't mind saying I'm in Saugatuck. Kind of like 20 minutes away from Holland.
Gotcha.
You guys know where that is? Yeah. My
I
address
don't know.
is, I'm just kidding.
My address, phone number, and social security number.
No.
Yeah.
I'm taking notes. Oh,
We have another question if someone can repeat it. It's on the screen.
Okay. What are systems you have used for soil supplementing, and what results did you experience?
So you mean like compost or I mean, as far as supplements, I've experienced. So you mean like as far as like Korean natural farming supplements, or like
I don't know. What other systems have you used?
so I do a lot of permaculture, and that's actually my buddy Dan and I that I'm in a band with LifeQuest. We're starting a co-op, and I was actually just over there yesterday. We were marking off goat pins and stuff. We're kind of taking back his woods, but we're doing permaculture, and we're implementing a food forest, a 7-layer food forest. So I do a lot of that too. And then I'd say like another one I've done is I use a lot of seed. I made a lot of seed bombs back in Cali out of clay. Like you get a bunch of like some clay and you like roll it out and smooth it out. And you just get a bunch of like wildflower seeds or like native plant seeds, and then roll it up and mash it up, and then make them all like these little you take like a little PVC pipe and you like jam it in there and then like stick a stick in there. It's like guerrilla gardening basically, and you chuck the seed balls out around town, and then you just start over the next spring and summer, you just watch them bloom and stuff. So I've used like those methods, because there's a lot of like empty fields in between houses. So I've done that, but and I mean that's always worked out cool. People, they end up staying and sticking around, because people, they don't really like to see like where I'm from. It's a lot of ghettos and stuff. So beautifying the area with
That's nice.
Yeah, so that comes from a Mason Master Masu Bukufaki or something. I can't remember his name.
What'd you call me?
You don't want to know. Yeah, I can't remember.
So the budget prepper says that she really needs a block. She wants one of your blocks. I would suggest that she get in touch with you through your IG, through Instagram. Is that the best way, probably?
Yeah. What I can do is send her I can make a kit for her and send her the hydrated sawdust and a syringe. And then I'll send her a little direction panel on it. It's so easy.
Fun.
Yeah, have her get in touch with me, and
Okay,
I'll send out
Natasha.
one. And
Yeah, we need to put your IG back up there again if we can.
Yeah, Pops can put
She
it in
doesn't
there.
have Instagram. So, Miss Natasha, what you could do is just get in touch with us. If you want to email
trying to-
Survival Seeds
I'm
Fallout.
trying to read her lips. Let me see if I can.
I think he does have Instagram, doesn't he? Oh, Natasha
No,
doesn't.
Natasha doesn't.
Well, baby.
I know Miss Natasha can probably hear me.
I
So
do
if
have
you
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you have a Facebook or email Survival Seeds, and we can get in touch for you.
And it's just my first and last name.
That's awesome.
No.
We need to get him on YouTube.
She says she doesn't do her social media stuff. Her husband does. So I understand that. Good for you. You're probably much more productive than I am then. That's good to be able to take a break from social media. So what I think one of the people were asking when she asked about what other types of systems, what systems do you use for soil supplementing and what results did you experience? We've talked about that a little bit. And I was trying to scroll back through the chat. I can't scroll back on my computer, but I can scroll back on my phone.
Which one?
And it says, the title of this live is Mushrooms and Soil Supplementing with Brandon. That was the thought behind the question as to what other systems you've used besides brown sugar to enrich the soil. So, something that enriches the soil.
So one thing that I use, and I see Serena Norrell's question, and I'll get to it too, but I see so there is one called indigenous microorganisms, and you're basically going out to like your woods at least 100 yards away from and if you don't have woods near your homestead or your farm, then you go to you could go to like a local park or something, anywhere that's got like a place like woods that have been there, or like an untouched, unbothered spot where it's got a lot of mycelial growth that's been there for years. You go and you cook some rice, and you cook it halfway. Like, you want the rice to be like, you take it to a party, but nobody would eat it because it's nasty. It's like
still crunchy.
Yeah, it's like still crunchy, but it's like you want, like, it's hard to explain because it's taken me like literally 6 years to get it right. But the rice, those guys over there in Korea, man, they're natural born rice makers, because I suck at it still. Sometimes I'll get like a trichoderma, like that green mold stuff in there, and I'm like, dang. But you basically want like to take your rice, fill it 2/3 with like a cedar box, or like a straw woven box, or like something with holes in it that's got good aeration.
And critters can't get in.
Yeah, and you don't want, because you get squirrels in there. That's been my biggest thing since I moved here to Michigan. That's my bane. I can't stand. And you want free meat while you're doing it. Kill 2 stones with 1 bird. You know, a shotgun. But you basically take the rice and you kind of put it in this spot where there's a lot of leaf and like leaf mold, and you collect the microbes that have been there for years, and then you take it back to your farm, and again you mix it with brown sugar, equal parts, and you should have this like white fluff mycelium growth on the rice. And then when you take it home, after you have fermented it and like put it with brown sugar, you spray it. It's taking, so the gist of it, because I get into it and then I start talking about it and I get off track. So the gist of it is taking those microbes from the forest that have been around for years and years, and having them influence the microbes in your garden that are still kind of new. And there's been like studies, like people are like, oh, that's Indian tail, but it's true, like, you know, influence. Otherwise, God wouldn't really have made influence a thing in humans. So it's like, it's a real thing. And those microbes, it gives your soil an immune system.
Okay.
And again, you can find that on Instagram too. How to make IMO. It's indigenous microorganisms.
But the key is you have to find the woods that have been there. So, but the woods, if they haven't been there, wouldn't that be just a field?
If the field is not touching the sun and it's mulched and it's like really like a saturated, yeah.
He's pulling your leg. He's
But the
pulling.
woods have got to been there.
But yeah,
You pull back the leaves and stuff, and you can almost see like the mushroom thing going on. Those are perfect spots.
Okay, because we have like trees in our lot beside us that have been there forever, and when I dig around the base of the trees, there's all this microbial white stuff.
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? The white
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah, you want that white stuff, and you want to put the box in there, and then cover it up with leaves. A cage. You want to cover it up with a cage. Yeah, you want to have it protected, and then pulling out all those microbes. Sometimes though, you'll get some nasty batch, and you'll find like the pink mold, the yellow. Sometimes some cobweb mold. Those aren't the microbes you want.
Okay.
That white fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
I've done it 3 times. The first time was perfect. The other 2 times I ended up with junk.
Yeah. I still have a hard time doing it. I've tried even taking it from the woods and putting it in a bucket and then doing it at my house so I can keep an eye on it, but I don't know what it is, but I guess the microbes don't agree with my hands.
Yeah, kind of a shot in the dark. Throw that dart, see if it'll hit.
Yeah. Before I forget this guy, that question right there, the North Spore lion's mane, and even she said, even though I spray it evenly, the only growth seems to be at the sides. It depends on how you've cut. So with the bag, I fold this over and I tape it down so that there's basically like no air getting to it, and then I just cut a slit right here. And if there's you can also like wait if there's to cut. If you're getting pinning right here, but you've cut right here, then tape that side right there with like either duct tape or like some packaging or the clear packaging tape, and just kind of cut like on the side that has them already pinning, because you want them to get oxygen. But most of the time though, if you've cut one slit, there's no room like for oxygen to get in there. So it depends on how you've cut your block when you get it from them. I've had that problem too.
Okay. That's a good explanation.
And after slicing it, that oxygen encourages the growth, right?
Yeah, temperature change and oxygen. Yeah, and spritz it too.
Cool.
I know Braden can't hear me, so if someone could tell him. I don't think I have any more questions for the night, but if anyone in chat has anything else that they'd like to ask, just leave it in chat. Before we get going, we do have a giveaway, a weekly giveaway to do, and then that's pretty much all I have planned. So,
Good night, Bunky.
Could you hear that, Brandon?
I know you didn't hear. Yeah, what she was saying, thank you very much for being here today, and we appreciate your offer of giving everybody free mushrooms for the year. Thank you.
this is all what she said.
He's all like, no.
No. She was wrapping up everything. She didn't have any more questions. She appreciates you being here. We all appreciate you being here with all of your information. We do have a giveaway that we do at the end of all of our lives for people that put out new videos in the Survival Seeds 2025 collaboration. So we're going to be getting to that. But
Awesome.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having me.
Yeah, you did a great job there, Braden.
Thank you. It's always fun.
Lots of fun.
Yeah.
And you need to come to YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah,
Make a
I'm
YouTube
working.
channel.
I have one. I got one. It's called Rafiki Plant Growth, but I gotta figure out how to put videos up there.
Oh, it's still pretty easy. It's still
Yeah.
pretty easy. So Trey is typing away.
I know. It's funny. You can hear it.
It sounds like you're beating the drums
It's
there,
it's
darling.
through the mic. I don't know. I don't understand why it's so loud. Sorry.
Okay, so she wrote you a little note, Braden, that we can't wait to have you back.
Oh yeah, okay, I see it. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
It's so weird that you can't hear them, but you can hear the rest of us.
I
We
don't
had
know
this problem
why.
with me last time.
Oh,
Yeah.
her?
Yeah, I know.
That was so
KK. Oh, okay.
Okay, so we got a giveaway, y'all. This
Yeah.
will be fun.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Give it away. Give it away. Give it away.
There we go. There we go.
All right.
So this
All
is the end of the month.
So
Or the end of the
this
week.
is the end of the week.
Sorry.
This is the end of the week.
Yeah.
The
Weekly.
second. Yeah. So this is the video from the
Second to the 8th.
second to the 8th of March. Yeah. So the wheel on the left is the prize wheel, and the wheel on the right is the update videos that were submitted for this week. We want to say thank you to all those folks that submitted, and there was quite a few that did a couple of videos. So let's go ahead and spin and see what the prize is going to be this week. All right, it's already been shuffled about 100,000,000 times.
Let's go.
There we go.
Yeah. Bacon flavored toothpaste. No, I'm just joking.
No.
Ooh.
Throwback. Maybe you can use it for mushrooms. There you go.
There we go. What was that? A 6-pack of 1 gallon?
6-pack, 1 gallon non-woven grow bags.
Okay, cool. Those are really good for herbs and things.
Yeah,
Yep.
really good for herbs and things.
How fun.
All right, so here we go. So the person who's going to win this week is going to be, let me, just to be on the safe side, let me shuffle just a couple times on this one.
You can't help yourself.
I can't help myself. I want to shuffle it up, shuffle it up, shuffle it up. All right, here we go. The winner is
Lorrie's World. Oh, sorry.
No.
Let's see if it did stop in Lorrie.
I took a week off.
Yay!
Right, she submitted this video right here, so thank you,
Way to go,
Natasha.
Natasha.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah. She's got it going on. He said that hydroponic system is so old that it blinks that it needs water, even though it's full of water, but it still works great.
Oh no.
So Natasha, we'll be getting that to you as soon as we can get off this live. We'll get it sent to you. So thank you for submitting your weekly video.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you again to for all of the awesome information that you shared. We really appreciate you. And also thank you to our coordinators and co-hosts. You guys are awesome, and thank you so much for sharing this journey with us. And thank you to everyone in chat who stuck to the end. Congratulations to the budget prepper for winning the giveaway. And thank you guys all so much for being here. Your questions were amazing, and it was so awesome to hear what you guys had to say and what your questions were. So thank you guys so much for being here. Next week, we are going to have another interview. I got to figure out who that is. I think that may be an open slot still. So, So I have some stuff to figure out. But thank you guys so much for all being here. We really appreciate you guys. Did you see the comment above about collaboration? This is from Serena? The comment above, I don't think so. I'm not sure which comment.
Stay saner than me. Stay safe and saner than me, says Dark.
I responded to your email.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I did see that. I will respond to your email as soon as I get off the live. But
So
thank you guys so
Hamilton-
much for being here.
Did you see the one from Hamilton Homestead? She says, can you
Hamilton.
grow mushrooms in a 1 gallon grow bag?
Yeah, you can.
Well, there
That
you go.
was a good answer. That's short and sweet. That's awesome.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. Have
Yeah.
a great week, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great week. Thank you.
See you soon.
I gotta say.